Hello, this is part one. I've given the introduction already of the exclusive competence of the individual to decide for herself, of the autonomous individual, how all societies build up through the exclusive competence of the individual to decide for herself. And I've gone through the table of contents, and now I'm going to read part one on the privacy and supremacy of subjectivity, and why that leads to the exclusive competence of the individual to decide for herself. Each of us is alone inside our heads. We are totally alone, subjectively speaking. Subjectivity means a private universe. We can share our thoughts and feelings, but in so doing they become objective realities. Ironically, the subjective individual iconoclastically, the subjective individual has created the objective world. Expressed thoughts are objective realities that represent objective realities. If I think the weather is nice and share that thought, I'm creating two realities, the expression and the object. In other words, I create not only a description of the world, but the world itself. This is because no matter what the objective truth, it always resolves to subjectivity. The explanation for blue sky in physics assumes physical laws which are based... Did I skip something here? Yeah, I'm all right. The explanation for blue sky in physics assumes physical laws which are based on observation and concepts. Observations depend on subjectivity, and concepts are clearly subjectively based. In my nice day example, blue scatters better than any other color. We thus see the sky as blue. Obviously, that law of physics comes from observations and concepts. Therefore, all analysis must resolve to an observer, and an observer is a subjective person. Therefore, all objectivity and the world itself comes out of subjectivity. No matter the level of irrefutable facts, it always dissolves to observation and concepts, both of which require a subjective individual. Another way of looking at it is existential. If something other than your observation of the world proves its existence, how would you know that that something other existed that proved the world? It would be presumptuous to conclude any world existed other than that which came out of your observation. Essentially, then, you made the world and it's yours alone. This is not to say that God did not make me, but only that the world would have been made by Him, through me. In other words, there is no other definition for the world in which we live than that which is observed by us. This, by the way, means that more than one of us agrees to this world. To put it another way, objectivity is nothing other than intersubjective agreement. Furthermore, since the individual makes the world, nothing other than the individual exists. Therefore, only the individual is competent to make decisions for himself. This is a priori knowledge. These are foundational propositions of my thesis. Let me look at the footnote. Most theorists say that a priori knowledge comes out from an understanding of language. More fundamentally, a priori knowledge comes directly out of consciousness. These are the foundational propositions of my thesis. In addition, a priori conclusions follow from them and apply to every area of society. This includes economic conclusions that apply to our current national situations. I will illustrate through a priori and empirical means. Okay, so I'm going to skip this part. This isn't part of this particular lecture. And I think I'll just go ahead and call that a video. I think that's long enough.